Знаешь, что такую музыку, как играешь ты, в Беларуси практически никто не играет.
I didn't know about it.
Сегодня выступает вот, Павел, гвоздь. Еще вот будет выступать ВСБ и Кричев и Зhan. Они стоят у истока музыки скри.
What is stock? Scree.
Scree.
No, but you said stock. Is it from stochastic or nothing to do with that?
It's a mistake.
Okay. So
Scree music.
What
Do you
is
know
it?
about that? No. Came from Finland.
Finland?
In some way, Squee is really similar to punk. It's like everybody can make that sort of music, and you should have an attitude that you can do it if you want.
Squee, you can give a million answers of what squee is, but except of the it's low tempo and influenced by this and that, it's more or less some kind of simple.
Наши эти группы Кричев versus Zhan и Рундарк, они стояли у истоков здесь этой музыки скри.
It's very thin, and it's very pleasant to listen to it. Creative versus band. They are playing an experimental music, and they tried to call for a Satan. Satan. Yes.
They are Satanists somehow.
Do you think this is normal to do like that or not?
Скажи, мог бы ли ты вызвать?
And could you call for Satan?
That's a good question. I think it's common to someone who's trying to break boundaries and trying to do something that is very unconventional, either naturally or for other purpose, to identify to figures that also create this opposition in other fields of thought and art and surely Satan is a figure that is somewhat attractive in a way, and I myself I can say that when I started to make music, I enjoyed very much to somehow use that figure and things surrounding it to embellish my message. I could also say that I don't think that most serious artists who like to relate to something like that have a, let's say, an evil spirit. And I certainly don't. Okay, but it's kind of cool also to play with that.
Фауст, Фауст, оставь ты черную магию. Вернись к учению теологии. Счастливым станешь человеком, исполнишь Божье предназначение, получишь ты небесную судьбу без покарания. Фауст, Фауст, забрось ты эту теологию. Подайся в элегромантике учения. Или к черной магии вернись. Послушайся меня, и станешь выше всех князей и королей.
Do you think that a peace atom, you know what is that?
Атомная энергия.
Atom energy. Do you think it is an evil?
I don't understand much about that subject, but I think that there are many interests behind the development of nuclear energy that are not necessarily good. If I had the power, I would definitely try to research ways that are not so dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows, maybe that it's not so dangerous anymore. I just don't understand how advanced is this technology at this point.
But the theme of ecology is actual for you?
The theme of ecology?
Yes.
Definitely.
Да.
Я просто, скажи, видел посты в Фейсбуке.
Because he saw your posts on Facebook,
Yeah.
on this theme about that people must not eat chicken.
Because they give antibiotics,
Yes.
antibiotics to animals, and if they get resistant to them, then we will not. We will also get resistance even if we are eating this flesh. Yeah.
It's true.
What do you think about that an artist or a musician, Rom Dark, he thought that nuclear power is bad and it will make the humanity independent. What do you think
It's
about
bad,
this?
but also will make humanity independent.
No. He thought that it is not bad. It's
okay.
good.
He thought it was good.
So, are you agree with him or not?
I don't know, but
Is
maybe,
it-
maybe it will. I don't know.
Is it worth it?
As I said, I'm not in that field. I don't read much about nuclear energy. I don't know much about it. But doesn't research on nuclear energy also relates to fusion energy somehow? So maybe if you know a lot about nuclear energy, you can jump the hurdle. I think for quite obvious reasons, because we are part of it, and I enjoy very much the diversity of species. And for example, now I'm reading a lot about the fact that insects, the number of insects are diminishing in the world, and that's really bizarre, because I remember when I grew up, people would say that only insects like cockroaches would stand the Armageddon.
After us.
But probably they will vanish before us if things go like this. So it's weird. It's weird, and I love nature. And my music is. I like to call my music sometimes a natural music. Not only because it comes naturally for me, but also because I find it very connected to nature, to laws of nature.
Скажи, у тебя два проекта. Dragon.
Yeah.
One, первый проект. 5 Years, 7 Age. Скажи, почему ты сделал на два проекта? Ты пошел по принципу Ричарда Ди Джеймса, что ты выступаешь под разными никами? Или потому что музыка там разная? Я так заметил, что в проекте Dragon у тебя музыка более агрессивная, а во втором проекте более такая спокойная.
My real name is not Seht, and my real name is Christian, and I don't like that name, especially for artistic purposes. I would not want to perform as a Christian.
Mhm.
So long time ago, I changed. I gave myself a pseudonym. I created an alter ego, and it was Seht, S-E-T-H. Seht.
Mhm.
And I used that name for many things. I was a DJ playing different kinds of music. I did everything. I crossed all genres. And there was a point when I stopped somehow in this concept of creating improvised electroacoustic noise music. And when that happened, I was sort of not feeling like this old name, this old pseudonym made also much sense. So I didn't know what to do, and I just switched some letters. Yeah, Dragon, for instance, is a project that I like very much, and it's me and a Brazilian friend of mine, a very talented, very interesting figure. His name is Nwep Atmo, and he is literally, in my opinion, one of the most interesting artists that I know. Like, he's absolutely amazing guy, Brazilian, and this is a project that I like very much because the name Dragon, it's an acronym that means dual radio source associated with galactic nucleus. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. And that is basically one nomenclature, one name that some scientists came up to call this event that happened in some celestial bodies like quasars. You know, when you have like a very powerful black hole, sometimes it emits two jets in opposite direction, jets of gamma ray and radioactivity and who knows what else. And those jets basically are somehow a recycling of the matter that is being consumed and spiraling around the black hole. And so those quasars send those jets in opposite directions. Like picture on. I have a lot of. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's the dragon. Reflects very well what we do, because we are messing up with materials and spitting away in a new way, but we are not necessarily connecting. We are not necessarily going in the same direction. So it felt like it's a very interesting concept that we are like sort of not connected, but still doing.
Скажи название 5E7H.
The name 5E7H.
Это имеется в виду шахматный ход?
You meant playing. You meant chess when you make a step in chess. Yes.
I meant what?
When you're playing chess.
Yeah.
And you make your.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
5E7H. It's chess step.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Huh? But I don't relate to that. I I didn't think about that in any way, if that was the question.
Скажи, что это похоже очень на шахматный ход.
Because it looks like a chess step.
What looks like a chess? What?
Your name, this
My
name.
Five,
Yes,
Okay,
fine.
my name. Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
5E, 7H.
Yeah.
Step in chess.
Yes. No, I didn't think about that. But, good. Interesting.
Окей. Скажи, знаешь ли ты такую группу Missing Brazilians?
Do you know the group Missing Brazilians?
Missing Brazilians?
Yes.
No. What is
Довольно старая электронная группа, скажи, довольно...
It's a very old electronic group
from where?
from Brazil.
From Brazil.
Yeah. Is developed as well in Brazil as in Berlin, or not?
No. The scene in Brazil is somehow small, and I feel like it's a little bit disconnected. And there are many reasons for that. One is the size of the country. So you have two, three guys there, and then 2, 3 other guys 10,000 kilometers there. I don't know. But also in São Paulo, where I come from, it's a huge city, 20 million people almost. It's also a bit disconnected because sometimes you live very far away, and it's not easy for you to go to a venue. Public transportation is not so good.
Не часто.
The concerts are organized not very often.
Yeah, there are definitely people doing things, but could be better. I think. I wish it was more vivid. I wish there was more people, and I wish that groups were more sharing things and connected to each other.
The situation in Belarus is pretty like that, because only in Minsk all the things are happening only in Minsk. Yes.
Скажи, вот твои впечатления о Минске в сравнении с Сан-Паулу. В Минске проживает меньше людей, но есть ли какие-то, ты сравнивал эти два города?
Have you compared Minsk and São Paulo, and how does it feel, the Minsk?
I arrived just a few hours ago. I don't know almost anything about Minsk yet. I was always curious about this side of the world since I was a kid, actually. When I was a kid, I was very much into maps and flags, and I was like And I was also wondering why I didn't know anything about that place or that place, and I was wondering like, what's going on, what's happening there, and so I was always curious about the Baltics and about Belarus as well. And then I was invited to play in Lithuania by a very good friend and talented artist called Armar Garta. I don't know if you guys know him. And he helped me to get a few gigs that could help me carve a tour around. So I got gigs in Riga and Tallinn, some gigs in Poland, and I thought, well, why not play Minsk? It's right there, and I managed to get contacts in here, and I asked them if I could play. And
Скажи, где бы ты еще хотел побывать, такое экзотическое место?
Where would you like to be else? Like some exotic places, maybe?
I also have a fantasy about going to the Caucasus. I'm very curious about the Caucasus region, with Georgia, and those independent territories that I don't remember the names now, but there's like 2 or 3.
Туркменистан, Узбекистан.
No. In the Caucasus, in this area where Georgia is, there is also
Armenia, Georgia.
Yeah, Armenia is a country, but there is also I forgot the name. Huh?
Abkhazia.
Abkhazia. Yes, that's one. Yes. Yeah.
No, it's cool.
Yeah. So I'm very curious about that area. Yes, and I would love to go there at some point, and if I can play there, that would be like a dream.
Спроси, знает ли он, что такая группа, как Лайбах, были в Северной Корее?
Do you know that a group Leibach were playing in North Korea?
No.
Скажи, ничего не знаешь про эту группу?
And you know nothing about this group or not?
What's the name?
Leibach.
Leibach.
Да.
Yes.
They are kind of famous, or yes? Yeah, I know by name. I don't remember the sound very much.
Скажи, что это первая группа, которая побывала, первая группа альтернативной сцены.
It's like a ambient techno-ish, dub techno.
Finally this week, North Korea, Earth's Florida. Next month is the 70th anniversary of Korea's Liberation Day, the date marking the end of Japanese colonial rule. And I guess the big question is, what do you get the country that is ordered to think it has everything? Well, apparently, Kim Jong-un has decided that for the first time ever, a foreign rock band will play there. So, who's it going to be? Rolling Stones? U2? A Michael Jackson impersonator passed off as the real thing because North Koreans don't know he's dead yet? Well, no. Because it turns out it's going to be, and this is true, a Slovenian art rock group called Laibach. And if you're not familiar with them, this is the happy, celebratory music that North Koreans will be listening to on their special anniversary.
Europe is falling apart. Europe is falling apart. Europe is falling apart.
Happy Liberation Day, North Korea. Sleep well.
This is the band. This is the first band performing in North Korea with playing such alternative music. And recently the film will come about this group. Do you now live in Berlin?
Yes.
Известно ли тебе что-нибудь о таком культовом месте, как Happiness? Это когда-то было место, где собирались художники и музыканты со всего мира.
Пойдемте внизу, еще входит, там где там. Включается больше за головой.
А он может